And the stream is live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another A4. We're starting to get a little bit good at this stream. We're definitely not there yet. We have a long way to go, but I feel like the practice is starting to get there. We're probably not that far away, and by that I mean probably double what we have done even through tonight to changing the weather.
Yep. Uh-huh.
And then probably double again until we change show sites. But like,
Oh yeah, because that'll require scouting a bunch of stuff, and
uh huh,
because this show is so ground reference dependent,
it's entirely ground reference dependent. So it's gonna
and
require like we're
DCS
probably
just doesn't
gonna
have
yeah.
the fidelity and ground textures and assets to make it so you just like, oh, it's that McDonald's over there.
Which like if you fly in Syria it does, but that's why we're flying in Syria.
Yep.
Yeah, the reality is, folks, that we're probably gonna skip a debrief on the nights where we switch show sites and go scout. Because it's gonna take an hour.
Yeah.
Fly around and pick ground references and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, we're gonna have to do it like the Blues actually do it. We're gonna have to do a scouting day, and then do some approaches, some head-on approaches, and make sure that the math works so that we're hitting center point on time and stuff like that. So we're
Uh-huh.
gonna have to do a true Thursday practice, essentially. And maybe we'll get to the point where we're good enough where we don't have to do that, but I don't know. I think we should pick intentionally our show site for next time. Even if it's one
Yes.
that doesn't have good ground references, but just like pick something that we want to fly at.
Yep. Yeah, but that's a ways off.
Anyway, okay. Yeah. Weather's free and clear. We're doing everything as we have been in the past. As far as changes and things to adjust to, something I learned in my practices is all of our opposing maneuvers, with the exception of the inverted. So like
Uh-huh.
every maneuver where we do hit it and do a thing,
Uh-huh.
you have to smash mill, otherwise the jet loses too much airspeed.
Okay.
So like 4-point, horizontal rolls, knife edge, like all those, I think we're gonna need to hit mill on those on the
Okay.
hits, like when we go to Yug and stuff like that. Otherwise, you just lose too much airspeed,
All right. Yeah.
and then you just keep
That's
it
good.
smashed for the clear.
Yep.
And that put me out of the clears like right at 400, pretty much every single time. So
Okay. Cool.
that's my recommendation. Don't forget the blivet. We're kicking rudder. You
Yep.
will be kicking left rudder. I will be kicking right rudder.
That's backwards.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Hold on.
I've been kicking right rudder and ended with my nose in the right spot. Like outboard of the show site, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because I'm upside down.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm upside
And
down.
I want to go
I'm upside down, and I want to go
right.
Yes. Sorry, I'll be kicking left rudder. Yep. Anywho, you'll be kicking right rudder. I'll be kicking left rudder. We're like shooting for 10 degrees. Right? Yeah, 10 degree. I would go idle at horizon,
Mm-hmm.
which I failed to do last time.
It's okay.
Um, horizontal rolls. I had a question. Yes.
Before you ask that question, let's talk about the blivet again for a second.
Okay.
Are you finding that you tend to top out in a general altitude area or like
7.8
range?
ish.
Okay. That helps me if I'm out of whack on your ladder. I can at least start to come over the top at around the same altitude. Because if I'm way above you or something like that, I just never catch you coming down the hill. So,
Yeah. I've been topping out 7.8, between 7.8 and 8.2. most of the time.
Okay, cool. All right. I'll just aim for roughly 8 or so and go from there.
I mean, I would aim for 7.8 because ideally you want to be below me so that
Be
you
a little
can,
below you.
yeah.
Yep. Modulate.
Yep.
Cool.
Let's see. Yeah, that's the Blivet. Yeah, for the horizontal rolls, how many times are we rolling again?
The horizontal rolls we were rolling 4 times.
Okay, perfect. Just want to make
As
sure.
per you thought we could do it without killing ourselves.
And I still agree with that.
The actual video reference we have access to, they only do 3.
Okay.
But
I think we can
you
do
thought we could do 4. So
obviously bail out if it's feeling bad, but you know.
Yeah.
I think we could do 4. So we'll keep doing that. As far as everything else, yeah, I don't.
There was a question I had. I'm trying to remember it because now I've got Blivet in my head.
I don't have anything else on my side.
Oh boy, it was important.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Should
have written it down.
Yep. Well.
Ah, crud. I thought of it right when I was setting everything up just now. All right, well, we'll see. I'm sure it'll come up.
Yep.
Son of a gun. All right, yep.
Yeah. So, let's see. Let's go for goals for the show then, since I think we are at the point where we can have them.
Sure, yeah.
My goal for the show is to try and fix my rolls. They've been sloppy, and I've been having pull or push in them, and then I died on one of my practice shows trying to do the horizontal rolls.
Gee.
Things just came out from it, like, just completely just top spinned itself to death, so.
Crazy.
So that's my goal for the show, is to fix those.
Make sure that you have the stability augmentation on.
Yeah.
I find I can't get clean rolls without that on.
Definitely.
Gets wobbly AF. All right, my goal for the show is to get in time for the line abreast loop. I really want to start dialing in that rejoin, so I'm actually in and I can start like getting good at flying the line abreast loop, which I haven't really even been able to practice really because I haven't been able to get in time to do it.
Yeah.
So that is my goal for the show. Obviously working on all the other stuff, but that's the goal.
I have a request for the horizontal rolls. After we clear for that and start taking into the inverted takeover, can you back it down to 350 and hang out there until you're like at the 90 and then push up to 90 to get in while you're like giving me tons of time behind the show?
Sure, I can wait. Yeah, so I've been flying it at 350, but I've been bringing in power in the turn. I can delay that, but that means that you're just going to have to follow me on that power increase, and I don't know what that's going to feel like. A lot of the formation stuff we've been doing up to this point has been like we just set the power and don't touch it as lead. So I will be interested to know what it feels like to try and accelerate with me.
I think if you add it up at the 90... I will be just about joining you at that point.
Okay.
At which point, like, you should just be able to lock it at your preferred RPM there, and then we should be good to go into the box.
Cool. Alrighty. Yep. Sounds good.
I'm trying to do a similar thing. I've been finding ways to build in even more time behind the crowd going into the line abreast loop, so I might be further right than you anticipate.
Great.
Keep your eyes out for that coming out of the inverted roll thing, the slow roll.
Great, yeah.
Anything else before we get started?
I don't think I've addressed whatever I thought of before, and I can't remember. So, no, not at this point. But there's something lurking somewhere.
Well, if you feel it in the air and it is a time to ask it, feel free.
That's optimistic.
It is, isn't it? All right, but if there's nothing else, let's switch inputs and get rolling.
Let's do it.
Ready to break. Check, check, 1, 2. BrotherLeb, you got me.
Lima Charlie, Chariot, how me?
Lima Charlie.
I thought of it.
Okay.
I have yet to land without having a hiccup as I'm slowing down to turn off onto taxiway. I guess it's Charlie that we typically exit on.
Uh-huh.
Always a hiccup in that last, like, 200 yards or so. I don't know why. Typically, there's also a hiccup on takeoff, but it's only when a client jet, leaves the ground. So it typically happens when you are taking off.
That's weird.
But for whatever reason, it does it again. And so
it's like
I'm going to land
thing.
wide of you.
Okay.
So that just in case it happens, I can like roll past you or whatever I gotta, whatever, like, yeah. And you can just do what you do, and then hopefully I will be dead or in the grass or something.
Yep.
Because I'm just going to neutralize. If it happens, I'm not
Don't
going to like try and
forget-
hit the brakes or anything. I'm just going to neutralize and just like hopefully I'm pointed in a direction that's not dangerous.
Don't forget to delay the spoilers.
Yeah, so I'm going to wait until your wheel's down before I go spoilers out.
Yep. And you'll probably have to do brakes around the same time because I'm going to be calling them when I land.
Air brakes?
Is that possible?
Foot brakes.
Speed brakes.
Speed brakes? Yeah, I can do that at the same time, yeah.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
I think that's possible. I don't know. I guess I don't need my right hand once we're on the ground, so...
Don't do that. They'll just throw you off, dude. Oh, man. This is a great show site, but, like, I'm starting to feel the boredom.
Get antsy.
But, heck, we haven't flown 120 flights yet, so I guess we should probably hang out a little bit longer. I'm in the double digits at this point.
Oh, me too, definitely. I'm probably approaching 30 or 40.
Okay. You're definitely ahead of me.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot of practices, and though some of the early practices were pretty bad. All right, the server's up.
Great. I definitely, yeah, I think the thing that needs the most practice is still formation.
Yep.
But it's a lot easier in the A4 than it is in the 18. So.
Yeah, it's the throttle. It's not the stick.
But like, it's starting to feel more natural.
Yep.
We just have to figure out the eccentricities in a similar way that we did with the 18.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, the loops and stuff like that.
Yep. I'm getting just a slight bit of left roll in my, like, the onset of my loops.
Yep.
So I'm having to come back right.
Yep.
Over
it's
the
fairly
top.
Normal.
So I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I did a perfect line abreast loop last time for the first time since flying the A4. So like, it's possible, but it takes some time. And I definitely didn't fly a perfect section loop in my practice. So, you know, you win some, you lose
I get to practice, like when we do the practice, you fly 3 different loops because there's the line abreast loop, the section loop, and the loop across.
Yeah, or the loop across. Yeah. All right. I'm ready for startup.
All right. Cool. Unpausing in 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Control key came off. All right. I'm paused.
Come on.
Check your switches and advise when ready for startup.
Yeah. Chariot is navigating the menus. Ready for start.
Ready. All right. Stand by ground power.
Chariot.
Ground power in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now on.
Stand by engine start.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1, mark. Ignition. 3, 2, 1, mark. Leb's got good light off.
Chariot.
Stand by idle.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by external power.
Chariot.
Off 3, 2, 1, mark.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now off.
Stand by the canopies. 3,
Right.
2, 1, mark. Stand by the slats. 3, 2, 1, mark.
Good slats.
All right, ready for start.
Chariot's up. Tree comm 1.
Level up tree comm 1.
Chariot's up. Guard comm 1.
Level up guard.
Discord check.
Good check.
Take off checks. Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 138. Check your altimeter set 2985 for corrected. Correction. Altimeter set 2985 for a corrected center point elevation on 0 feet. Check your smoke station is armed and check your master arm is armed. Check your stab og is set and your lights are on. Check your fuel as well.
Confirm that you have the taxi on right now.
No, just the main and the master light switch.
Right. Good afternoon, Chariot. Updated winds are calm, clouds few, 12,000. Altimeter set 2992 for a corrected altimeter of 2985 for a corrected center point elevation of 0 feet. Density altitude of 72 feet. You're cleared left out of Chalks. Hold short 2 tree.
Thanks, Leb. Cleared the taxi. Hold short 2 tree.
11.
Solos. We're cleared to taxi. Check our breaker brakes off, which we don't have one. Chair sprung up to 70%. Off brakes now. Chariots, come left. See ya.
Leo.
Solo switching 8 comm 1. Chariots 8 comm 1.
Let's just make calm 1.
Chariot 2985 set 0 feet barrel out.
Lab 2985 set 0 feet.
Stand by the flaps. Flaps. Check flaps up, pumps on. Chariots flaps down 3 to 1. 1 degree up, barrel out.
Lab flaps up, pumps on, 0 degrees, barrel out.
Oh, whoops. It'd be good if the people could see this.
What? Oh.
Sorry, people. You can see us now. Chariot's holding short 2 tree.
Let's pass the center point.
I'm gonna double check OBS here.
Leb.
He's good. You can hear me. Whoops, the
Leb's
dates.
passing Charlie.
Chariot's set and ready to roll.
Chariot Leb's rolling Delta. Line them up. Let's rock the show.
Chariot's rolling for the individual takeoff maneuvers. Chariot's taking 2 tree for the individual takeoff maneuvers.
Leb is holding short, 0-5.
Chariot's rolling. See ya. Chariot's clear.
Leb's rolling. Ready. Smoke. Leb's on top 5-8. Stand by. Smoke.
Cheers clear, 6 miles for the opposing knife edge.
Leb's clear, 1 mile.
4 miles.
Where you beam?
Beam.
Alright, take a mark.
Dig.
Stand by, mark it. Church in for the left knife edge.
Left and left. Knife edge.
Oh, we're late, baby.
10 seconds. Mark. Hair ahead 400. Three miles. Mark 390. Miles. Mark 400.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it. Clear. He's full. Rolling out. Church clear and clear him with the crowd for the inverted.
Left. Three miles. And 4 miles.
Preliminary beam.
Beam.
Larry, take a mark.
Dig it.
Stand by, mark it. Church in for the right inverted.
Left and right inverted. 10 seconds. Mark on time. 4:05. Three miles. Mark 4. Miles. Mark 400.
Ready, hit it. Fuck on.
Con.
Looking good. Stand by, roll. Smoke off. Stand by, roll. Church clear and clear him with the crowd for the blivet.
Clear. .5. 4 miles.
Lower beam. We're gonna take a break.
Take.
Stand by, mark it. Church in for the left blivet.
Left and left. Bull. 10 seconds. Mark half mile ahead for him.
Oh, jeez. Okay. It's fine.
3 miles. Mark 380 powers. Miles, Mark 395.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact added up. Ready, hit it. Push. .45. Vertical 4-2, left rudder. Horizon, now 8-6, power idle. Contact. Adding power. Ready, hit it!
Clear.
Clear. Pull. Smoke off. Clear.
Clear.
East pull. Rolling out. Chairs clear and clear on the ground for the Fortis. Coming right. Hook's coming down.
Contact.
350. Ease and some pull. Rolling out some brake. Ease and lots of power. 340. Rolling out. 320. Ease and more power. 300. Souls on the ground, setting up the Fortis. Checking the lights on.
Lab, the altitude.
Chariot, 290. We're coming right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Adding a little power. Adding more power. A little further right, and a little more pull. We're at the 90 for the Fortis.
Lab.
Ease and some pull. Rolling out. The Fortis outboard to inboard. Chariot set, rolling in.
Cleared.
Adding a little power. Stand by the gear. Adding more power. We're in for the Fortis 50 low lip. Center point, we're coming left, adding power. Comes the pull. Stand by the gear. Hook. Church rolling out.
Clear.
Ease the pull. Rolling out. Adding power. Power set at 90. Souls up on the ground, setting up the canopy roll. Ease and some pull. Up we go. A little more pull. Coming right. Coming further right comes the pull. A little more pull. We're in right hand turn for the canopy roll. Ease and some pull. Rolling out. Ease and more pull. Comes a little pull. And ease the pull. To level, chariot set rolling in.
Clear.
Smoke on. Up. We go a little more pull. Okay.
Let's.
A little more pull. Rolling out. Ease the pull. Smoke off. Just rolling out.
Clear.
Adding a little power. And we're coming right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Those are in front of the crowd, setting up the section crossover.
Left.
Going further right. Easy and simple. Rolling. Easy and more pull. Easy and more pull. Coming back left. A little drive. Rolling out. Smoke on. The section crossover.
Leb.
Ready, hit it. Is pull, rolling out. Pull to 80. Is pull. Stand by, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pull level. Smoke off. Chair
Clear.
clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing 4-point.
Left.
Luminary beam.
Four miles.
Luminary beam.
Up beam.
Luminary take mark.
Take.
Stand by, mark it. Church in for the right 4-point.
Left in right 4-point. Seconds. Mark on time 405. Three miles. Mark 400. Two miles. Mark 439.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it. Sure, sir. He's full. Rolling up. Chair's clearing around the ground for the slow roll.
Let's clear behind crowd for the slow roll. Leb's arcing 3 miles for the slow. Leb's turning in 3 miles for the slow. Ready. Smoke. Oh. Smoke off. Clear.
Church behind crowd. Crowd right at 2,000. Arcing for the line rest loop, adding power to 90.
Contact.
325. Use the pull. Roll out some bank. 350. Ease and pull. Coming for the left. 360. Oh, that'll pull. 370. $380. $400, adding power to 92. He's in the pull. Rolling out. Souls are setting up the Labrador loop. Smoke on. Little inboard, up. We go a little more pull. Vertical 5/8. Ease the pull. Stand by the boards. Boards. Comes the pull. A little more pull. A little more pull. Stand by the boards. Boards. Ease some pull. Ease and more pull. Chariot attach. Chariot attach, boss.
Leb is clear.
Chariot's over the top 9-2 for the solo 8-point.
Leb is clear, 10,000.
Chariot's in for the solo 8-point. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chariot's later. Chariot's clear and clear with the crowd for the opposing horizontal rolls. $2 mark. 2.5, 400. 3 miles mark. 3.5. 4 miles mark. 1 minute beam.
B.
I'm gonna take mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Chariot's in for left overalls.
Leb's in left horizontal.
So,
10 seconds. Mark hair behind 390. Three miles. Mark 400. Mark 4.
smoke on.
Contact.
Contact. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chariot later. Chariot later and clear with the crowd for the inverted tug of roll contact.
Let's go to the left. Power set 80. 350. Adding power. 3. 340.
Oh, God.
Ease in the pull. Rolling out. 350. Someone behind the crowd setting up the inverter.
Sure.
We're coming left. Coming for left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. 360. A little more pull. Adding power. We're at the 90 for the invert roll.
Sure, you'll have 2 lib.
Left. Ease in the pull. Ease in more pull and rolling out. The invert roll. Power set 90.
Sure.
370. 70, 80, ready, hit it. Little inboard down.
Smoke on. Smoke on. Smoke on.
A little drive. Ready.
Clear.
A little further left and a little pull. Smoke. A little further left, a little more pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Soul Vibe crowd setting up the section roll. Adding a little power. We're coming back left. A little further left comes the pull. A little more pull. A little further left. Ease in the pull. Ease in more pull. Ease in a little more, pull a little further left. Comes the pull. A little more, pull a little left. Ease in the pull. And rolling out. The section roll. Smoke on. Up we go. A little more pull. Okay. A little pull. Rolling through. Ease in the pull. Easing more pull. Coming further left. Easing more pull. Further left. Slows in a left-hand turn for the fleur-de-lis. A little further left comes the pull.
Should anticipate that.
A little more left, a little more pull. Ease in the pull, easing more pull, and rolling out the fleur-de-lis. Little inboard, little high. And up we go. Ready?
Ready, roll. Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. Ease pull, rolling out. Trace clear, and clearing up behind the crowd for the dirty clean loop.
What?
Okay. That was progress. Now for the hard part. Chariot circling 4.5, direct clean loop idle. Chariot's turn in 4.5, direct clean loop, runway idle. Ease in the pull, rolling out 400 brakes, 4 miles mark. $300. 2 miles, 3 miles mark, 250. Stand by the boards, flaps. Adding power 175. 2 miles mark. Smoke on gear. 200. 1 mile mark, added up.
Left number.
Up. We go a little more pull. Vertical 2-4. Ease the pull. Stand by the boards. Board side hold. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Stand by the boards. Board side. Adding power. Ease the pull. Stand by the gear. Gear. Flaps. Smoke off. Trace break left contact.
Easy pull. Rolling out. Come back right for the section loop.
Chariot.
350. A little further right. Little pull. 340.
Power set.
Power set. A little further right and a little more. Pull 350.
You'll have 6 bucks.
Boss. Ease in the pull. A little further right. Ease in more. Pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Real slow. Adding power. We're in for the section loop. Smoke. Up. We go a little more pull. Ease and some pull.
Why'd you do that?
Ease and more
Vertical.
pull. Easing power. A little pull. Stand by the boards. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Easing more power. Stand by the boards. Easing the pull. Easing more pull. Easing more pull. We're coming back right. Easing more pull. Mayday, 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 mayday.
Contact. Okay. No, that's possible. Trace coming left. Adding power to 92 comes the pull. A little more pull. Ease the pull. Ease in the pull. Roll out the loop break cross. Little dry. Adding a little power. Up. We go a little more pull. Vertical 4-0. Horizon now 7.5.
Sure.
Contact. Ready break. 4 right. 1 mile, mark 400. 1.5. 2 miles, mark 390. Smoke on. Up we go. 4G mark. Vertical 478 alpha. Ryzen now 83 power idle. 45, 55, 65, rolling it. Shallow. Pull it out. Two miles, mark 400. 1.5. 1 mile, mark 400. Smoke off. Sure clear. Ease pull. Roll it out. Chairs clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the section tugway break. Leb, how you doing?
You'll have to.
Boss. 390. $375. Adding power to 92. We're coming left. Comes the pull, a little more pull. 375. Go further left and a little more pull. 360. A little more pull. 375. Ease of the pull. Roll it out. The section tuckaway break a little dry. 410. Little more dry. Smoke on. Ready, hit it. Pull. Ease pull. Roll it up. Smoke off. Coming right. Comes pull. Ease pull. Roll it out. 1 mile mark. It's 400. 2 miles mark. 400. 3 miles, mark 400. Four miles, mark idle, coming right comes the pull. So it's around the right hand turn for the section flat pass.
Okay.
325. Ease in the pull, rolling out, adding power. 4 miles for the section flat pass. Coming easy right. Easing a little power. Roll it out. 290. Adding a little power to 78. We're in for the section flat pass. Smoke on. Center point, coming right. Comes the pull. Further right and a little more. Pull. Smoke off. A little more pull, easing power. A little more pull. Easing more power. Stand by the flaps, flaps. Ease in the pull, rolling out. Using more pull comes the trim. Adding power. Little pull. Ease in that pull. We're coming right. Stand by the gear. Gear. A little pull. A little more pull. And further right. A little more pull. Overshoot. BrotherLeb, go or clear.
Leb's clear.
Coming back left. BrotherLeb, take your approach. Chariot's going around.
Leb's also going around.
Stand by the gear. Gear. Chariot's coming right. Power's at 80. A little pull. Little more pull. Little more pull. Stand by the gear. Gear. Rolling out. Adding a little power. Easing some pull. Coming back right. Ease and a little power. Coming further right. A little more pull. Adding a little power. One further right. Ease and some pull. Ease and more pull. Ease and some power. Ease and more pull. Ease and more power and more pull. We're rolling out, easing all the pull. This section landing. Easing more pull. Comes the pull. Stand by the boards. Boards. A little brakes. Easy brakes. A little brakes. We're coming right. Stand by the boards. Boards go line and trail.
Left.
Chariot's adding power to 70. It's ease and power to 60. Stand by the flaps. Flaps? Spoilers. We're coming for the left go wing.
Left.
Stand by landing light. Landing light. BrotherLeb, go all clear.
Left is clear.
Cabin easy right, no gas. Cabin easy left, no power. Stand by right turn for parking.
Left.
Okay. A little brakes. Easy brakes 10 feet. A little brakes. Brakes. Stand by canopy and engines.
Left. Left.
Sorry, there's some gymnastics here. In 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. Oodalali. Alright, that's a show.
Oh,
Chariot's hopping out from under the head.
look.
If you are wondering, folks, this is what BrotherLeb sounds like when he is mad. Check, check, 1, 2. BrotherLeb, you got me? Check, check, 1, 2. BrotherLeb, you got me? BrotherLeb, you got me?
Not clear.
Awesome. Well, that was a show at Adana. Yeah, let's go over safeties, I guess. I'll take the first one, and the biggest one. I crawled up underneath you on the clear for the section loop, and probably caused whatever the heck happened. I didn't feel any contact, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. So I'll take that safety, and I'll fix that for next time. And I'm glad that we're virtual pilots.
Yeah. I ran you on a number of maneuvers. Let's see if I can remember them all. The Fortis, the line abreast loop, the section flat pass, the formation landing, and all of those are major safeties, and I'm glad to be here. There's more, but those are the ones that immediately come to mind.
Alright. Anything else before we get to the attack view?
Sure. I know it's the way you do things. I could use less comms during the dirty clean loop.
Okay.
There's no room for me to do much, and none of that information is necessary to me.
Right.
I basically just need your distances and maybe your speeds if you have the brain space before you start it, and then you're up we go, and then like the kind of standard like vertical, those sort of things. But even then, like once the maneuver starts, for all intents and purposes, I'm flying it visual after about the first 90 degrees. And so it's really a factor of me getting in the right spot for the start of it and then just being able to do the rest of it. Honestly, though, like you can keep saying all the stuff you're saying throughout the loop, but like we talked about last time, I need speeds and I need distances more than anything else on the inbounds. I lost your 2-mile mark, and so I didn't know. I thought I was late, so I ended up being early, and I was like, that was another safety. Yeah, I overflew you on that one too. So I was basically like a beam of you at the 2-mile mark, and so that's when I no maneuvered it. And then on the clear, like you're like mentioning all your clearing things as though you have somebody on your wing, but I have to tell you that I'm clear and I'm out in front of you and stuff, and like that I'm clearing behind the show line, or it's like some sort of communication that like you see me, or like there's some sense of like me going by you and turning left across your flight path has to like get like well, that needs to be worked into it. But yeah, that would be the major thing that I was thinking about this time. The reason why I missed my timing on that is not your fault, but there was a key piece of information that may have helped. I don't know.
Okay. I'm curious to look at the tape. I thought I called the 2 mile mark, but I could be wrong.
Maybe you did, but like I said, there's so much information you're giving because you're talking about your speeds and you talk about your boards and your gear and.
I mean, you tell me what you need, and I will provide just that. I don't have to provide the whole rigmarole.
Yeah.
I'm happy to accommodate because it's a freaking like cluster
Yeah, I mean,
over here.
I don't want to give you more mental load because I know that you just naturally call all of your like inputs when you're leading a maneuver, and so if it's harder for you to say less, then that's fine. The information I need is just distances and speeds.
Okay. Great, I can do that.
And yeah. And the target airspeed for the flat pass would be great.
Target's 300.
300? Okay, cool.
I was
'Cause
under that this time, and I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We'll get to that.
yeah. Because I just realized that I had been practicing at around 350. Not on purpose or because I thought it was right, just because that's where I ended up flying it when I'm flying them. And so, like, another sort of general deviation point is like, we just need to do more practices together because I'm developing bad habits by making assumptions about what you're doing when you're leading maneuvers. So I need to just basically stop flying maneuvers that you lead because me flying them doesn't actually help me anticipate what you're doing. Once we do this enough, I'll be able to copy what you're doing and it'll work. But at this point, I'm just developing bad habits.
Yeah, there you go. The goal for that maneuver is at 4 miles, full idle, turn in, and if you're doing it right, you should roll out on runway heading at 300 knots and just peg 300 the whole way in from 4 miles. That's the goal. I haven't figured out what the RPM is to hit 300 knots yet.
Yeah.
I think it's about 82.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. But once I figure that one out, at 300 feet.
Yeah. Once I get in. Yeah. I just need to be able to get in, and the speed is the most helpful, at least to start, because then I kind of have a sense. And then after that, power settings is kind of helpful. But I was thinking about that. I was like, is it more helpful to know, like, what ballpark you're in? Because, like, if I was flying left wing, maybe because I could glance down at the tack, but right wing, like, there's no way I'm looking all the way to the tack.
The only time where it's useful for me is, like, I'll look down and set it, like, as I'm getting close, like, as I'm, like, steaming up right behind you, and then slam boards, and then release boards, and then, like, modulate from there, but that's about it.
Yeah. So it's good to know where lead is before the rejoin happens, and what speed he's at. Yeah. And then after that, it doesn't really matter, except for changes, like, adding or easing power. Okay, cool. That's enough for the general stuff.
All right, let's roll into the debrief. Taxi was uneventful except for the fact that I hadn't turned on the stream yet, so that's funny. I don't really have any notes for the taxi.
Me either. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. This was a good dirty roll on takeoff. This is the A4 way. Like. That was great. This is a B+. No notes.
Nice. I'm still working on my low transition. I actually took off with the regular takeoff trim, and I think I might actually add a little bit of elevator up because it helps it come off the ground more smoothly instead of being wobbly because I've got so much back pressure to get the thing to come off the ground. So I'm still working on trying to get the low transition like smooth and low. I can get one, but I usually can't get them both. The other part of it was fine. I was on top just under 6, which is what I want to do. So
That was a nice
it's a little
roll.
bit of a gentle pull out. I'd like to be a little more aggressive on that in the future, but that's probably a B minus.
This was
Oh yeah, the roll. I'm
this was
starting
a
to
sexy
clean out
roll.
my rolls.
That was a great roll. I'm clear. That was a good job, dude.
It felt really gentle because what I've realized is you have to, like, in the last 90 degrees of any like full aileron roll, you have to actually bring out some deflection to like slow the rate of it down. So you actually kind of ease out of a roll instead of doing the snaps like we did in the Hornet.
Yep. Which isn't as cool, but it's safe.
And more clean.
Yeah.
And it's not super clear from the like that roll there that you were just commenting on was one of those. Like in the jet, it felt like, oh man, I came out of that roll too slow.
I mean,
but it ended up looking good.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Knife edge. This one felt fine. We're gonna hit right of center point, so hooray!
Yeah, like one right.
Yep. And also we hung out on the knife edge for the same amount of time and cleared at the same time, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were improvements. Congratulations. My inbounds were hot trash for that, so I give myself a C+, but that was still an improvement. Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah. My inbounds for this were pretty good. The maneuver inside the box was good. The only thing I did do is I didn't add power to mill on the actual maneuver, so I lost some altitude in it. And I think the rollout was floppy. I overrolled it, so that's probably a B minus.
Dude. Yeah, okay. Improvements are happening. That's
good. This is
they're
improving my mood.
There were a decent amount of good parts to this show. I know the back third of the show was a bummer, but like
the canopy roll, that was the other major safety. We'll get there.
Okay. Inverted. My inbounds were also hot trash for this, but they were hot trash in the ahead direction, so I just didn't touch anything just to see what happened. And I think our 4-mile mark on crowd left is wrong.
Really?
Or at least whatever my ground reference is too far out. Because I find myself, like, I was ahead at 4 miles this time, but then I found myself on time the rest of the way into the box. So, I don't know.
Interesting.
So that was...
What are you using for your reference there?
There's a building on the very tip of
that like corner building?
The very, very far northeastmost tiny little shack has been what I've been using for the 4-mile mark, and I think that's too far out.
Okay, interesting. I think I've been using basically the same one when I'm doing my 4-milers, but we'll have to look after this.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so inside the box, I sank initially and then added a little bit of altitude and then like arrested it so that you could have something to fly off of.
That's very helpful.
So that could use to be fixed. My clear was good and
way
nice.
More aggressive than mine. Okay, noted.
Yeah.
He just horked on it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Noted.
And then I didn't call the smoke off early enough to give us time to roll out on heading if you were anywhere near me. As far as the heading was concerned, so that's something I'll fix for next time. This was kind of a B minus territory for me.
My inbounds were fine for this one. Inside the box was pretty good, and then that clear was slow relative to you, so I will say that's a B minus as well.
Ooh, did we Did we hit center point? Maybe like
Close.
half left.
What I don't know is whether the altitude is good. I was thinking about that this entire show, is making those altitude
That's
hits
good.
work.
We'll find out. All right, Blivet time. This one was interesting. So my advance were fine. We're gonna hit one left, so that's on me. That's nothing to do with the lineup being wrong or anything like that. Our push out looks like you held a little bit more G than I did initially. But I hit vertical before you, and then didn't.
How is that possible?
I know, right? I'm carrying more speed than you, I think, is what's going on here. So I'm higher than you are.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's interesting. And then I saw that you were low, so I added power back in. And we're gonna hit. Yeah, that was too much power.
Yeah, honestly,
Well, so if you're lower than I am, like I need to have power, and otherwise you can't slow down enough to, because we're
Right.
both idle.
yeah.
So like I have to make that an adjustment.
I didn't have it idle. I was bringing power back in because I could tell I was losing you.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh, yeah, this is
Yeah.
another major safety.
oh, hi.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, major safety for me is I lost stability in the second roll for some reason when I was trying to pull out of it.
Huh.
Ended up inverted, but I was able to roll out of that and pull clear. And clear behind the crowd is fine, so that's an F. Fix my safeties for next time. Glad to be here. Let's talk. You go 3 years, and then we'll talk about strategy for next
yeah,
time.
my inbounds were bad. I screwed up the 4-mile call, so I was like late and slow, I think. Or maybe I was late fast. Doesn't matter. I was late for the 4-mile. Ooh, Thunder. Holy Toledo. The roll to inverted was pretty good. Might have rolled it a little bit, and then like I felt like the drive because I've always been behind you on this. In the last show, you were calling ladder, and this you just called like checkpoints on the ladder. So I had a general sense of where I was relative to you, but I wasn't sure from the 90. I knew at the 90 we were roughly in the same part of the loop, but then after that I wasn't really sure where I was relative to you. So I just kept pushing because I didn't want to be late over the top. I wanted to be a little low, a little early, and be able to fix it from there. Because I can always float it a little longer
Yeah.
to kind of catch up if you just keep your loop relatively consistent. Which is what I was doing, but then I ended up getting behind you. The big problem I had is I had too much rudder or maybe a little bit of roll or something, and so my outboard heading was pretty wide. And so I was trying to actually, like, you'll see, I like roll toward
Yeah.
you to try to bring it back, and I wasn't able to do it. So I think I had too much. I was expecting you to be further outboard than you were. I will go with what you're doing, but I wonder if we're gonna need a little more outboard to make the picture look good from crowd. But we'll see.
I mean, we can. I
shall
hit my
see.
number, but
Yeah, no, I think you're doing the right thing.
we can push it
So
further.
let's make sure we can get a decent hit before we decide whether it looks good or not.
Well, my problem is, yeah, it looks
This
like
is probably a C minus.
yeah. Okay. Strategy for next time. What do we do if this happens again? Specifically
Honestly,
altitude.
do your thing. Like if you're higher than me, go idle, push over, point at whatever ground reference you use to try to do a consistent one of these things, and let me fix it. I can always ease off some pull. I ease off some drive. I can even pull a little bit, just kind of float it and try and catch you on the way down. I've got power I can put in if I need to, or take out. I think you let me fix that. And if I am trying to fix things and not able to fix them after, another 10 or so of these, then maybe we go back to the drawing board and have you change things based on what you see. But I think because the A4 power thing is such a challenge to figure out, if you change power,
That's it.
it's just hard to catch if I can't predict it Like, and I haven't learned how to predict it yet.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's. Sounds good.
Like,
I will just
it
fly
will
my
be,
maneuver.
yeah, it will be easiest for me to figure out how to make this hit work if you can get really good at flying exactly the same one every time.
Sounds good. I'll do that. All right. Moving on to the Fortis. We were in a little tight, so this turn was a little tight, and we were slow. So that meant that I had to jockey more power than I usually do throughout the maneuver to make sure that we didn't fall out of the sky, and we almost did. That's why there was so much pull coming out of the back end of this. But yeah, I was able to get it inverted and locked in. We floated inboard, but that was okay. Then we came left, and I chucked in a bunch of pull, or drive rather, to try and get us out of the dirt. I think that was the right call. My rollout was hot trash, but you caught it. Good for you. And then we rolled out behind crowd. You made this... So, I know that you got ahead of me, and that's safety. But on the clear, you made this look a lot better than I flew it, so thank you for that. This is a C-. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I mean, so I got a little ahead of you in the turn, but tried to fix it. I was thinking about, like, all right, where do I need to hide the jet? And I picked the wrong ground reference, so that kind of sucked. Rollout was pretty good. I was like, don't drop too much power when he goes inverted, but also don't bring in too much to get a beam, otherwise you'll overshoot him, and I overshot you anyway. And so then I pulled power, and then because I was worried about flying up into you, I dipped, but I realized I'm like 200 feet from the ground. I don't know where the ground is. I can't just look at him. So I looked forward, and then I eventually was able to kind of get snuggled back into position. A little sucked, but that's basically where I'm going to need to be. Like, that positioning's not bad. And then the clear was quite good, actually. Despite what you were saying about the way things worked out, it was like I was able to follow it. If anything, I think I brought a little bit too much power out, so I'm a little too far back of you. I think I want to be about another half a jet closer, right about there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is in the ballpark of the kind of clear I want to be doing if I can get it right. So definitely an F. I'll fix my safety next time. Glad to be here.
Canopy roll. Yeah, this turn is always a party. I'm having to, like, box the pull out from this to make sure that we have enough time for me to get rolled in, you to have a chance to be set up before we go up the hill. So that's this kind of like quick pull out and then push, like, and then drive is going to be what we do most of the time, just because I can't give us more room on the far end of this.
It's not like super tight, but I'm able, like, you see me float a little bit there, but like knowing that that's going to happen, I can predict it, and it's actually not as hard to follow as it would be like in a Hornet. So.
Well, and the nice thing is like, at this point when we get down here, the crowd can't see you anyway, so it's like, just get to where you're going to be comfortable to make the rejoin once I get inverted. And
the hardest thing is honestly just power, because there's,
dude, I know.
Like, if I set my power to be in the right spot at certain points in that, like, turn, I actually drop away from you and then overspeed you at different points. So.
Oh, dude, I know the feeling. We'll get there for my maneuvers, but yeah. The roll-in was fine, a little unsure, but then the up we go was fine. I didn't bring enough roll-in early enough, and this is what caused the incident. So that ended up causing us to have to pull a lot coming out of the maneuver. We got down to like 350 feet, which I want to be at about 400 at this show site. The rollout was, I didn't bring enough pull back in. I didn't cite my Horizon reference on that one, so that's gonna make you look bad. So all in all, this is another C-. There's just still a lot to fix.
Yeah, when you talked about the turns, I was still trying to figure out the power thing. I was, in the ballpark. I just want to be like really like locked in and just not I'm not out of practice yet. The level out, yeah, kind of caught me out a little bit, but again, I'm knowing that that's how it's going to be, and I know that also from trying to fly versions of it by myself, but seeing how you do it is different. Yeah, the big thing was just like the roll rate was different than, not even than I expected. I didn't read it right, and so I fell into you like this. I was honestly surprised we didn't hit each other, and then I just kind of cleared and stayed way outboard of you, so that way I didn't want to get too far away, so I could get back tucked in. But this is going to be another major safety, and I will fix it for next time. Glad I'm here.
All right, section crossover. This is
I do so many mental resets in this show.
This is always a party going over the top. Trying to find that taxiway and line up for it. I have no idea how I'm going to pull this off at a remote show.
Yeah.
Dude, it's going to be a nightmare. But we are lined up pretty decently. Yeah, 143 is pretty good. It's only 3 degrees off. But we were cooking. We were doing 490 knots. So I broke us at 1 mile. Usually it's about 0.8. I've realized it's pretty good at 450. But at 1 mile was the right thing to do to get us onto show heading. And then the pull-up was fine. Let's see how my rolls are. Hey, look at that. Even flat rolls. Look at me go. Congratulations. And then I actually rolled out like wings level inverted after 8. So that was nice.
Nice.
And then the pull over the top was good. And then the clear, I actually did a knife edge clear on that one too. So that was pretty good. I will, that being said, it's an F, and here's why, because I didn't wait for your clear before I pull this over the top. So that's a safety. I'll fix that for next time. I'm glad to be here. Bye!
Alright, the turn I got back tucked in, sort of mentally reset was good. I remembered like, oh, I need to be a little bit high relative to you coming in towards center point. I think I'm still going to be a little low from where I want to be, or where I need to be, relative to crowd. So that's a thing I'll need to continue to work on. So I think I need to be like 2 jets high, and I was just 1 jet high. So we'll see what that looks like. I was expecting you to pull to do the hit it later. So I was waiting for that, and then it kind of caught me off guard. I overpulled the angle, and then it just, to me, it just felt like everything took a lot longer than I was expecting. I got flat, and then it took a while for you to say to pull, and you said pull to 80, and I was like, I didn't know what that meant, so I just pulled to the same angle I always pull. And then my roll was really sluggish, and I gave a decent amount of deflection, but I think we were pointed uphill for so long. I felt like I was pointed uphill for just a long time, and so I lost a lot of speed. And I felt like I was just waiting for that roll to start happening longer than I was anticipating. And then, yeah, you didn't wait for me to call the camera. You were already transmitting stuff, so I just stepped on you, but you didn't hear it. and then I cleared, and the clear was fine. This is, I don't know, it's probably like a C minus.
Yeah, I think he pulled more than I did, so he spent longer on the on-crowd line than I did. And then you also pulled a lot harder into the vertical. A lot harder than I did. So you spent a lot more time on the vertical than I did too.
Pretty consistently, and that was a conscious choice, not in the show, but just as in my practice, because looking at all of our tape, I was like, oh, he's yanking and banking way harder than I am, so I need to just get aggressive. So I've been intentionally like working towards that because I like to fly a little smoother than I have been. So I'm happy to back it off a little bit.
Yeah, I think for this maneuver specifically, I think.
Okay.
I'll take a look at I haven't seen anything in the other ones, but this one specifically, I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to so we fly invincible jets.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Almost. I did actually die.
Yeah, that was a surprise, actually. I was really surprised to see the fireball happen. We'll get to that.
Well, we will. Yeah, the contact is not what did it.
But Yeah, I'm trying to fly it so that the only reason we're flying unlimited, invincible aircraft, is for the fuel. No,
Yep.
well, right? Yeah, it's for the fuel.
Yes. 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 Yes.
No, it's not. Sorry, it's not for the fuel. It's for the inverted. It's for so the fuel keeps pumping when we're inverted. As long as we are.
Yes.
But I'm trying to fly the
Yeah,
jet
nice,
as
clear.
if it still has the rip off the wings boundaries that it does.
Uh-huh.
I think that happens around 8G.
I mean,
So anyway.
you tell me if you could tell in the jet where 8G is, 'cause I can't. But yeah, I'm not trying to like over G the jet.
Uh-huh.
I was just like comparing what my turns and clears were looking like versus yours. It was like, oh, he's pulling way harder than I am in previous practices. So I will back that off. Also, knowing that like you're trying to get back to show line from where you are, and like because I've been delaying till about a half a mile, and then clearing basically on runway heading or on the run over the runway, or like clearing coming to show headings on the over the runway. It requires a hefty pull to do it because I don't know what your target airspeed coming in for this thing is, but typically when I've been doing these practices, if I have powers at 90 coming back down the hill, I'm doing like 450 by the time we you initiate. So knowing that you're starting it further out, this is just more time to come to that, and I'll try to like actually, because it looks like you're trying to line up on show line, which is what you should do, and you're sort of like not graduated, but you're like pulling to achieve that as much as you can. And I was just like, get to the heading, let's go.
Well, believe it or not, I am actually just pulling to get to the heading. I just managed to get the math right this time. But yeah, the goal is to be doing 450, and at that, and to hit show line. So at that point, like about 0.75 miles is about right for that. At a like 0.75 G pole. Yes, I have done the math. Yeah. As far as the up the hill thing goes, that one I don't know. I think I don't understand. I think if I'm trying to voice my inner monologue when I'm doing that, it would be that I'm trying to pull aggressively, but not enough that it bleeds too much airspeed because of how many rolls we do.
Okay.
But
yeah, that's fine. I think the amount of time that you waited before initiating the rolls once we were pointed at that point, at least compared to the way the amount I pulled, like I still have plenty of English on it by the time I got to that, and then. But it looks like you still waited once we got sort of settled there.
Yeah, it's because I've been having problems with the stability of my rolls.
Okay, that's fair.
I want to give myself the best chance to be at a neutral position.
Yeah, because I started my roll at like about 340, and so it just gets real sluggish by the end, which is why mine was slower.
Let's see what I started mine at. Mine are at 380.
Yeah, as long as it's above 350, you can get it to roll pretty quick. But like, I had a decent amount of deflection, and when I've done this in the past, where it's a little quicker and I have more speed on the jet, the deflection I had, because I've been practicing and getting them pretty consistent, would give me like pretty speedy rolls, but not like lightning quick, because it's not a full deflection roll. And it was just like, oh, this isn't going anywhere. I was like, well, I'm not gonna like pull it harder, because I think the jet will just become unsettled, and I'll probably lose the I could tell it was already more out of coordinated flight in the roll than I have had in the past. So yeah, there's just adjustments that I need to make based on things that you do that are different than what I've been doing. So
that explains...
reference my comment about developing bad habits flying by myself.
Yeah, and we need to fly more together. Which I think now that Millie's at an age where she's sleeping well and through the night.
Uh-huh.
And I'm my choir's ending for the summer.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah, my choir ended last week.
Yeah, I feel like
Tomorrow is the first Tuesday without a rehearsal.
I feel like summer's a good time to invest a little more in it.
And we may need to drill some maneuvers. Like we
sure.
did that in the Hornet, and we
Yep.
probably need to do that in the A4 as well.
Yeah, the trouble is that the show flows a lot more than the other one.
Yep.
So anyway, we'll figure it out. So makes sense as to why I hit my a beam position way earlier than you for the 4-point. But that wasn't really a problem because we fly this show visual so much. Like it's so easy to hit the timings because you can just set up a hold essentially.
Yeah.
And then just cut in whenever it's the right time. That being said, I was ahead on this one again, but I decided to stick with it. And once we hit 2 miles, I was on. I completely forgot to do rudder for this maneuver, so I dropped a ton in the first knife edge and had to absolutely jam the stick forward when we got inverted. Yeah, I went full 0G on the knife edge there, so that's a bummer. And then, but yeah, I mean, I think this was the right timing for the A4.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, and we both did the timing exactly right.
Yeah, the way in my head is just 1, 2,
Yep.
3,
Yep.
4.
Yeah, and this was exactly that. I think it was great. I just need to use rudder in the maneuver, otherwise, because I ended up quite low. Clearing turn was fine. This is a B minus. I just need to add the rudder back in.
Cool. So I was thrown off a little bit. You're like, let me know your beam. I was like, I haven't even got to 4 miles yet. And I was like military power coming down the hill because I knew I was slow. But I was like, I also need enough lateral separation to make this turn. So I got out to my reference point, and then I just well, I'm just gonna do what I do. So I did that. And then inbounds were pretty consistent. I was a little slow at the 2 mile mark, but that actually worked in our favor because we got closer to a center point hit than I think we would have otherwise. Inside the box was quite good. I'm going to call this one a C+.
Nice. Yeah, if I call that early, just do what you did. Just tell me where you're at and tell me when you get there, and I'm ready to establish a hold. I never assume that you're going to be ready unless I'm mirroring your outbounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Slow roll.
This one was hot trash. I've flown a lot of really good ones in my practices, and this was just horrible. And I am very actually curious to look at this TAC view to see why. I think I had too much rudder. Yeah, I didn't bring out enough rudder. And then I didn't bring in, and I had too much pull, and so I'm just really high, and yeah, that's just horrible. This is a D minus. It's not a. Oh yeah, crowd violation. Another safety. God damn it! How many maneuvers have I done that don't have a safety in this show? Okay, so that's a safety. I will fix that for next time. Glad to be here. We can move on. We don't need to dissect that if it's not a maneuver you have to worry about.
Okay. I try to give you a ginormous circle to rejoin for this time around. It looks like that ended up working out.
Yeah, I think I'll just get more comfortable with more aggressive rejoining angle so I can get in quicker.
And as you get, 10 shows down the line, you might tell me you can speed that up a bit, and then I'll do that. But until such a time, I'll just give you all the space in the world to set up for this. Yeah, and then this line abreast loop, we didn't have enough pull to start with. We only made it up to 3G, which is why we're so high. And so that required a lot more ease of the pull than normal. And then boards required more pull than normal because we were coming down the hill faster. It's just, man, when you screw up the beginning of a loop, it just eats the rest of the loop. And so that meant that the back end felt really sketch. Even though it wasn't, it was perfectly fine. And actually, a loop looks pretty decent if just a little tall. And then I cleared at the right time, but completely overrolled and ended up going off into behind crowd land. Um, so this is a C. This is just a full C. It's just I can do better than this.
Yeah, so I just need to get more comfortable with an aggressive rejoin angle. I basically put you in just slightly lead pursuit, and I need to do more lead pursuit so I can get in sooner, I think. Because if I can get in sooner, then I can get settled. I wasn't quite. So my goal for the show was to get in for this maneuver, and I was close. So I won't call this like I achieved it, but I was not bad. I was really wide, but I was close to line abreast, and then I just couldn't quite figure out what the power setting needed to be to get line abreast of you before we started going up the hill. So then after that, it's just kind of like you're on the bucking bronco. But I was able to stay half a jet back for most of it, which is closer than I've been in this maneuver so far. So that's good. This is still probably a C minus as far as like where I would like to be for this maneuver. But it's definitely improvement over what I've done so far. And then I also have adjusted my clear from that. I was clearing directly behind crowd, but I was like, I don't know how I would actually do that. So I'm just going to do this kind of barrel roll thing to come back over that direction, because the you wait until we're at the 90 before you like kiss off, and so if I don't have time to start rolling behind crowd in a way that like actually gets to the behind crowd heading, because I'd have to snap roll and then pull, and so I just am doing this barrel roll thing to do that, and I think that works, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
My 8-point was freaking gorgeous. Like, freaking, yes, absolutely freaking gorgeous. Snap, 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 snap. Like, I've never done it better than this. So,
nice.
that's a B+. That was cool. I also eased the power the right way, clearing behind the crowd, so I was at 400 by the time I rolled out. So, like, I hit all my numbers for that. I am so stoked. B+. Moving on to the horizontal rolls, I tried to give you speeds and distances to set up for the maneuver, and then my inbounds were horrible. I was so far ahead, it wasn't even funny. So I was way out of power for a lot of it until we got into the box, and then I think I called the hit too early. Well, let's see. No, that was about right. That was about right. All right, good to know. My 4 rolls were good and on time. We both yugged and rolled at exactly the same time on my TAC view, so congratulations, both of us. That's really impressive, considering the fact that we haven't talked about that timing at all. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Alrighty. I was just basing it on the reference footage.
Yep, me too.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, clear behind crowd was fine. We hit 1 right, and so I need to fix my inbounds. That's a C+, glad to be here.
Yeah, so the big thing here is I was just trying to get in the right spot in the sky so that I could turn inbound, add power, and get to my target, and I was in the wrong spot, so I was slow and half a mile behind at 10 seconds. So that's why you're ahead, which I think I said. But
you
anyway,
did, yeah. And I was ahead by half a mile and fast, but 4:10.
Yeah. Yeah. So the problem is like you're going out there at like 400, and you know that you're like, I'm just tooling around. So you're like, all right, we got to do this fast. And I'm just like, I have to be as slow as possible because I don't know how long it's going to take him to get over there. And so I haven't quite figured out how I can pick up speed. And there's no way to practice this either. Because where I am relative to the 4-mile marker is different depending on where you are at different points, and so I just have to practice it with you more, but that was quite bad. I got up to speed and was able to just peg 400 all the way in, and then the maneuver inside the box was great, so this is going to be a C.
How many times did you roll?
4, I think. Just 3. Oops.
I was just...
2, 3. Yeah, just 3.
Okay.
My bad.
That's fine. I was just like... I was like, we're so matched on like our pulls and the start of our rolls. Why am I ending my rolls after you? Because I was wondering whether our roll rates were different,
Yep.
and they're
No,
relatively
then
the
I'll
same.
knock it to a C minus. Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know why I rolled 3. I've been practicing 4. That's weird.
Let's do the
Alrighty,
inverted
so
roll.
invert tug of roll. Tried to peg 300. I turned in way too late, so we ended up busting the box, and then I had to do some funky things. But that gave us a long time on Showline before we rolled in. I decided I was going to roll in right after the 3-mile mark to try to give us as much time inverted and to kind of get set as we could. I must have forgot the smoke on or clobbered your comms when you said smoke on. Because you said it twice, and so I tried to get that fixed. And then the lineup, as you can see, because my turn-in was bad, and I think, and one of the things that also happens because we only have one comm to do this on is, well, that's true in the Hornet too, I guess, but I think you said you'll have 2 or something right around the time I was going to say to roll and bring more pull in. So I had to wait for you to do that and then also not do it. And so I think that contributed. I should have planned ahead and been ready for the lineup, but that's one of the reasons why the lineup was bad. I did not say clear after I cleared because I didn't want to
Thank you.
get in the way of you saying it. And it is not necessary for me to say it because I just get to my angle and I'm fine. But if you are expecting me to, I guess I could say it.
No, I'm not.
Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, I was
so
expecting you to say it, but I was not expecting you to say it. But I wanted to leave room in case you did, so that I didn't clobber you, and then because
Yeah.
like I'm so mentally taxed at that point that I was like, I'm just gonna leave a little bit of room here, and then I'm gonna say it.
Yep. But fortunately, we weren't in an attitude that was dangerous, so I had time to wait. And so I was like, you said clear, and then I started maneuvering after that. So I'm going to call this one a C again, I think, because of that lineup and the turn.
I have a question for you after I go over my briefing, my debrief from this maneuver. Yeah, I came to try and grab lead pursuit on you and realize you were turning more than I expected, so I ended up in chase, direct chase, and then pulling lead and completely oversped you in the turn. Just because I forgot that boards don't activate until 485 knots. Um, and
How
so
fast were you going?
I was doing 510 knots before you started your turn.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So I overshot and had to walk it back in, and then I was a little sucked by the time you said to roll in. I rolled in earlier than you did, which was fine actually, because it gave me time to just like adjust to whatever happened to your jet. But then we had so much time online that I was able to get real snuggled in for this, and our hit was right on time. And I ended up like walking into you, which I think is just a result of the fact that I'm a little bit pointed towards you. If you look at our flight path markers up here,
If you rolled just slightly more than I did too, then that'll do it as well.
Yeah, which
About
is
the same.
what
I think
happened.
it's just a slightly quicker roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, that's fine. I'll adjust that for next time. I think I'm going to be a little bit wider, for this.
Yeah.
Just a
got
little
an
bit.
overlap, wing overlap. Don't need to do that. Yeah.
Just so that I have some more room. I have some room to pull into you versus having to make this adjustment to deconflict. So, but this is the best I've done this maneuver for sure as far as getting in and flying in formation. It's really actually quite easy to fly inverted formation with the A4. So
Nice.
things you learn.
Yeah.
My question is this what you are planning to do as far as like where you are planning to fly for this maneuver?
With the adjustment that I'm not going to go quite as far crowd right, I'm going to turn in a little earlier.
How
But
much is a little?
I turned in at 4 miles,
Uh-huh.
or maybe just past the 4-mile mark, and that was too long because then we ended up being at about 5.5 at the
Okay.
top of the arc.
So when are you going to turn in?
At 4 miles. if not a little earlier. Like in the Hornet, I'm turning in at 3.2. This
Okay.
one I'll probably turn 3.8.
Okay.
To give you as much time as I can, but I can't turn any less than that, and you should expect that the turn is going to be fairly aggressive.
Okay.
Like it
yeah.
requires a decent amount of, because we're not doing one of those archy turn, like
Uh-huh.
loopy turn things,
Yeah.
which I guess I could do if that would help, but because it's a flat-ish turn, okay, because it's a flat turn,
Mm-hmm.
it has to be pretty. Like it feels like there's a lot of pull, and we're like right on the knife edge for it.
Let's give this a shot. Again, I think it should be fine. But if it's not, I will let you know. And the adjustment that we would end up making is having you do a circle turn versus this the oval.
Okay.
So you just
Just
pull,
like-
you just fly a gentle arc around.
Okay.
But
Unless
I think this should be fine.
Okay, cool. Because I could also try a circle turn for next time, and you just see what that feels like.
That's essentially what you did the previous time, and that's what I've been like assuming you were gonna do. But this worked.
Well, the reason why I was coming to the heading here is so I could get like way out there and give you lots of time to do cool intercepty angle things. Instead of doing, I don't know. I guess I could have done a wider circle turn, but
Yeah.
I just figured getting as much crowd right as possible was what you had asked for. So
No, I mean this should work. Yeah, it should be fine. I just like it was an adjustment, and I made it, and like I got in, so I think I just need some practice. So let's keep doing this. I know that you're going to turn earlier. It's fine. I overshot and spent like an extra 20 plus seconds that I didn't need to spend trying to rejoin. So like I think I've got time. So let's keep doing this, and I'll let you know if I'm like, you know what, this isn't going to happen.
I turned at about 4.5, so I was very late on that turn in. So I will turn in.
If you turn at 3.8, it should be fine. I think that's actually going to be better for me as far as closing speed. So yeah.
Cool. Okay. Nice job there. I kind of screwed up the turn for this. So this is the section roll. So I wasn't quite on the right angle, and I didn't go up the hill early enough, and so we had to have pull in it. And then I started the roll a little early and maybe a little slow, a little gentle, at least to not like to have to bring pull into the backside because we weren't rolling fast enough, and so I was worried about us hitting the ground. So you're talking about like trying to make sure that we're at least 400 feet AGL when we clear out of these things. I don't know where we are. We got down to 350, so a little low. But yeah. So this is not what I want to be doing. I want to go up the hill a little earlier. I'm going to roll just slightly quicker, not a whole lot, and hopefully not have to bring pull in on the backside. So this is a C for me. C minus, because we got low on the backside.
Yeah. So for me, like, I was sucked the entire maneuver, but I was just trying to like stay in the same spot. In the roll itself, the roll was pretty decent. I got a little sucked, got a little under you. I'm working on that, but I'm getting better at predicting the airspeed changes that are needed during the roll. So I feel like this was an improvement over last time. This is still, I consider this a D to C minus. Now, like I've moved on to grading myself for where I want to be eventually.
Okay.
And I would consider this to be a D for that. Improvements were made, but we're now shooting for high show video levels of in, and that was a D.
Okay. Flirtily turn. I wasn't sure what the things that went not right in the roll we're going to do for this turn, and basically it just meant that the rollout or the ease of the pull and the rollout was a little more intense than I think I would like to do in an ideal turn, but it ended up being an okay turn for all that. I can't remember. There's something funny that happened in the hit. I'm trying to see what it is. I don't know. Looks fine. It felt like there was something funny when I was flying it, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what degree. Yeah, the degree was fine.
Yeah, and
I pushed one of the.
No, you didn't. I just
flat
pushed a
thing
little
was-
later.
Okay. And it was a fairly flat rollout. I've been over rolling that a lot, so I've been trying to fix that in my practices, and that's good. Oh, I remember. It was this comeback behind crowd. I just like climbed a bunch because I didn't roll all the way to the knife edge because I was worried about getting sight of you before I pulled.
Uh-huh.
And so what I needed to do is just roll to the knife edge, find you, and then pull. Or something like that. I don't know. I haven't figured out the solution to this yet. I don't know what you did in the Hornet to do this, but in any event, that's what is this? This is probably a C plus.
All right. Let's see. For me, this turn was pretty great, and I was able to catch sight of the field as we were coming around, so I was able to work myself out to the line of breast angle, and then I pushed up the right amount of power and was just ahead of you when we hit. I rolled to the 45 and pushed out to level as we have previously stated, so like we're as close as we've ever been, and my rollout was not perfect, as you can see. There's a little bit of a hiccup there. Rolled out about to what, like 80 instead of the 90. But my second roll was probably too fast, but bang on. Watch this thing. It's just like, look at this,
Like that rolls.
and then
That's fine.
it looks cool.
Doesn't feel unrealistic.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give myself a B for this one. I don't know if I'll be able to replicate this for a while, but it was pretty good.
Alright.
This is more or less what I think it should look like. Alright. Dirty clean loop. I got a major safety in this one. So everything was going great, and then I slowed down to 175 knots.
Oh, all right. That explains why I caught you so fast.
Yeah, I think it would have been. You probably still would have been early, but like maybe another 2 to 3 seconds later, if I would have been at 200 knots the whole way in. Yeah. So I'll fix that for next time. Glad to be here. The loop was actually pretty stinking good, and we talked about. So after I get wings level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to be like, ease in the pull to level contact, and then you can call.
Yeah. All I need to know is that you can see me before I turn across your flight path.
I'll say contact here, it's clear, and then you can do your thing. And I'll be.
You just say contact.
I'll be flippy flapping switches all the time.
Yeah.
My
cool.
God, dude, this maneuver, I flippy flap so many switches.
Yeah, dude. Do you have a grade for yourself?
It's an F because of the 175.
Right. Yeah, so this is also an F for me because I aborted the maneuver. I do think that was the right decision, but nevertheless, can't grade it any higher than that because I didn't even do it. The big thing is I think I was carrying more speed than I ought to have. I need to be a little slower so that way I've been trying to keep some altitude in the bank so I can convert that to airspeed when I need to. But yeah, you can see like I level off coming toward the crowd when I'm still pretty high because I don't know where you are, and I was trying to just bleed speed and hang out. So if I needed to bring in a ton of power or something, I could dive and catch you. But because I was like, if I'm going to be slow getting close to the flight line, I need to get up to 450 knots before I start this thing. So yeah, but I didn't. You called smoke on, and I dipped a wing so I could see you, and I was like, oh, this. I'm on top of him. It's not going to work. So I called it off, and the one thing I'm proud of for this maneuver is that I did a loop that basically caught you at the right timing.
Yep.
On the back side of it, I did a turn, and so I was able to be in the spot that I needed to be after you were done with the loop, and that felt good. I had to do so many mental resets in the show, dude. So many. But this is enough. Fix my safeties, and I'm glad to be here. All right, so let's talk about the section loop. Setup turn was okay, a little gentle on the rollout. Probably won't be that gentle in the future because I want to kind of get wings level and give us some time to build up some speed, but we had the speed we needed. I had a little bit of right wing down, and I think we were a little bit of outboard to inboard, so we ended up doing that up over the top. And that was not good. I've been experimenting with different loop profiles, and this is like these inputs, roughly speaking, are probably what I'm going to do because I need to not build too much speed coming back down the hill, and I need to ease out a ton of pole coming back down the hill so that we don't climb a bunch in the turn for the loop break cross. And I'm also going to basically start turning to the right to behind crowd even before we're nose like wings level flat.
Okay.
So that way again we're not climbing too much, and we're not and I'm not taking us too far crowd right as we do it. It's a very difficult maneuver to do, It's a very difficult set of maneuvering to do to get back on profile, on speed, on altitude for the loop break cross after this. I would love to see a reference footage of the whole formation doing this from the A4 era and like what they actually do. But I guess this is a section loop, so these are the solos, and then they just rejoin on the diamond, right?
This is the diamond, the whole delta.
Okay, yeah. I would love to see that. I think it's got to be something like this. The only other alternative would be to do like a weird half Cuban thingo, which I do not want to do. So yeah, this profile is roughly what it's going to be. But I was outboard inboard, and I had some right wing down, so I was having to correct that. So we ended up being a little bit outboard, but better outboard than inboard, I guess, as we come back down the hill. And then the turn right, I don't know, that felt pretty measured. And I'm not exactly sure how to grade this because then we collided or didn't collide, and then I fell out of the sky.
I don't know what happened. Look at the tape, and I don't see a collision. I didn't feel one in the jet. I'll be curious to see on the stream what that looked like.
The only reason I ejected is because once I regained control of the jet, I was nose down like 400 some odd knots and like 200 feet, and I was like, I could sim this thing and yank it back and probably save it, but then what, because then he's got to come find me, and we got to do this stupid loop across, and I don't even know what to do. So I'm just going to abort and reset. And to be perfectly honest, I was mentally cooked at that point. I had mentally reset so many times that I was like, I don't even know. My brain just sort of fried, and I was just like, I want out. So I'm just going to give this a no grade or a D. I don't think it's a failure, but it's not good. It's clearly something went wrong.
Yeah, so rejoining for this is always really challenging because I'm going from no speed at all to having to form up on you at 450 knots. So this is such a challenging rejoin to make happen, but you gave me plenty of time to do it.
I try to delay bringing any power in as long as I can.
I appreciate that. You gave me plenty of room to do it, and so I was a little sucked going up the hill, but I was flying it pretty well over the top. I was a little bit early on all my brakes calls, so I was having to chuck some power around to fix that. And then one thing I didn't anticipate is that with the speed we're carrying coming down the hill, is that when you come right, I accelerate, essentially, compared to your aircraft. So I'm going to have to, drop a decent amount of power on that right turn. And I didn't anticipate that and got a little sucked under your jet. Apparently that led to a collision, which then spun you out. So that's an F, and I'm glad we're still here.
I am.
What does your
curious.
TAC view say about it? 'Cause
Uh,
mine
let me
looks
look at it.
like we've gotten closer than this before.
Hold on, I'm looking at it. Yeah, my tack view, your nose comes up over my right wing tip and flips me over.
Huh. So it must have been a desync moment. Because
Yeah,
it doesn't look like it for me at all.
that's
But
unfortunate.
it makes sense. I mean, I was way too close to you, as it was. So you'll see it in the tape.
Uh-huh. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this loop without having so much damn speed on the back end. It's like you have to pull the boards out close to the 90, otherwise you just won't make it.
You don't make it. Yeah, I know.
You'll auger into the ground. But and I'm also trying not to do tons of power adjustments, because like a thing I could do is bring out a bunch of power as we're coming down the hill.
I think that's okay.
Do you think you could catch it?
If you do it gradually while the boards are out, yes.
Okay.
It's a mental hurdle, like mental gymnastics for you.
Well,
But
it's
I think
also
I'd be
like I'm just thinking about comms. Like, okay, so stand by the boards. Boards comes the pull, easing power.
Yep.
A little more pull, easing
You
more
don't have
power.
to say a little
stand
more
by
pull.
the boards.
You just say a little pull. I know I fly loops. I know that we're just going to be gradually adding pull the whole time, and you just give me the power calls, because those are more important in the A4 than anything else.
Yeah.
Always prioritize the power call.
Yeah. You're totally right. Okay, so for this maneuver, if this maneuver especially, if I say easing power and I don't say anything after that, assume that I'm still easing until whatever the next thing I say.
Okay.
It's not like I ease it like an incremental amount and stop easing it there.
For power or for pull?
For power.
Okay.
It's like and I will be easing the power back with whatever cadence I say the word. So I'll be like easing power, which means it's like really slow. Whereas like easing power might be a little faster. But I will try to make it very measured to indicate that I'm bringing it back very slow. And if I need to keep doing it for a prolonged period of time, I will repeat the call. But I probably won't have time in this one.
Okay.
To get another whole easing power out before I have to stand by the boards and bring the boards in and pull. Or actually,
are you going to keep easing power when you bring the boards in?
No. Once I do the boards thing, power will be wherever it was.
Okay. So at that point, your power set. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But you should still anticipate. Well, I wonder if maybe the overspeed is because I was subconsciously easing more power out as we kept coming.
I don't think
down
so.
The hill.
I'm pretty. I could tell that I was boards in earlier than you.
Okay.
That was me. This is fine. I'm learning your timing for the boards, because you don't. We haven't done you leading a boards call before, so this is all new.
That's true. Yeah, I don't have your timing for the boards
You're fine.
down
Don't worry about
perfectly
it.
either. No, I'm not. That's not a critique. Just thinking about. Oh, one thing I wanted to note is that when I'm following you in the line abreast loop, the 5 times we've done it, when you have boards out, I have to have a decent amount of power in to stay with you.
Yep. Because
it feels like I have more drag than you do. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And so, when you were saying that, I'm just confirming what you were saying. I've had the same experience. Okay. And then once you bring boards out, then I feel like I race ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's enough of that. I guess you can grade your loop across.
Yeah, the loop was in the A4. I think you have to start going up the hill at center point. At least for me, in the way that I pull loops, because I ended up exactly where I started pulling. So noted for next time. The rest of this profile was freaking sick. I did great. I was like on altitude all the way in, on speed. Cleared well. So, since I'm not the leader of that maneuver, I'm gonna give myself a B. But it's
Nice.
kind of pointless because I have to hit when you hit, and you weren't there. So, moving on to the section crossover. Just felt like we didn't have as much. Felt like we didn't have as much angle as we usually do, even though I smashed the angle coming out of that. So maybe I just turned a little later. But anyway, we had to have a lot more pull into this than I am used to. But speeds were right, and I drove us into a nice altitude for this. Yeah,
Sounds like it was just a flatter turn.
the hit was
looking at
good.
it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yep. Yeah, I think I didn't bring the pull in early enough. So it was just a flat turn. Yeah, the hit call was good. Level turn, clear was good. This is a much better altitude than I've had in most of my shows. So
Nice.
we're at 500 feet. Yeah, that's about right. So I'm gonna call, especially with the city we have in the background. I think if we're at a show site where in front and behind crowd is a little bit clearer, I can go lower. But this is a comfortable altitude for us right now, I think. I'm gonna give this a B minus.
I was able to get back in after launching again, and formation was pretty good. And then I was like, all right, I'm supposed to hide the jet. And I was like, I don't even know what to look for. And so then I was trying to find it, and then I eventually found it. And then it's like, all right, now I got to figure out power settings to make this work. And so it was all just experimentation. And I don't think this is probably a D as far as like the way I want to do this if I'm going to try and actually hide the jet, because I completely screwed it up and didn't get the power settings right, and also got my ground reference incorrect. There's going to be an interesting thing where like I can only hide the jet up to a certain point though, because I can't afford to get past you, or even a beam of you, even though we are going to be at different altitudes to make the hide the jet thing happen. So I'll just have to play with that to figure out what that needs to be. But like the roll to knife edge and the pole was very measured and coordinated with you, and so D.
Alright.
A lot of improvement to be where I want it to be.
The level, what is it? The flat pass thing. Yes. This was the best lineup I've had. But the speed, I didn't set it right, so we just bled speed all the way in, and so we were pretty slow as we came across center point, which was nice because my plan for this had been to come right harder and pull a lot harder, so that like we bleed more speed and end up closer to the runway. Didn't have to do that because we were 25 knots slower. I still had us pull more than we had been previously, but expect a little bit of a faster come behind crowd in the future.
Alright.
Because I want us to be about this tightness, but at starting from 300 knots. So, and we're gonna be easing more power and pulling harder coming around that corner.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, it's fun. Yeah, so flaps and everything was fine. I said gear and then I flipped my lights off. My taxi lights, so that's why that happened. And then for the first time ever, I overshot this turn. So much that it was unfixable. So this is an F, safety. Glad to be here. The next landing was way better, a little long. Yeah, but it's an F.
So going back to that rejoin after the crossover thing out. This is the best of these I've done. I delayed my turn in a little bit and maintained about 350 knots so I could had some overspeed if I needed it, and that works better. There's still some things to improve for angle, and I had to you'll see me jockey and adjust it. Because it felt to me, which isn't what actually happened looking at the TAC view, like you corrected back left or something. But So that's just a learning moment for me that like because I'm coming past you, it's gonna feel that way to get back lined up. So I think what I'd like to do in the future is get like once I get pointed with you kind of in line, then I get an idea where the field is, and then I'll kind of snuggle in once I'm wings level instead of what I ended up doing, which is not perfect. I also overshot or oversped you with a speed thing because you were slowing down, and I didn't know what speed I was at, but I think you gave a like easing power call that I didn't catch or something, and so I got ahead of you, and so that'll make this an F. Fix my safety. Next time, glad to be here. So I got a little too close to you there. There's like an overlap, and then I dipped real low, and we're really really low anyway and slow, so there's big safety there. The yet another mental reset, and then the turn, and like I was able to stay pretty close to in. There's a don't change anything. I've learned this now, but whenever you say stand by the flaps, I get stand by the flaps, and that's all I get. But I was able to catch it fortunately because I was like, I think he's probably doing flaps, and then I started seeing him go, and so I was able to make that adjustment, and that was good. And then you're like, go ahead and take your approach. And I was like, I can't fix this. I'm too low and too slow. So I was just like, I'm sticking with you, man.
That's fair.
So I did. And that took some doing. And there were some things in the turn that I had to get settled again. But then I got back locked in. And then the second landing was quite good. I also wanted more. I need to practice these formation landings. And so I was like, I'm not going to do a landing by myself because that doesn't help me practice that. And the main thing I wanted to do is figure out the timing for this. And even when I waited for you to get touchdown and you called the brakes call and then I threw out the spoilers, I still was way slower than you, as you could see. Or at least slower than I would like to be. I want to be at least one jet closer to you than I am in this attack view. So there's like some delay thing or something I need to do to make that happen. But if I'm like all the surfaces, catching wind, I'm gonna be behind you like that. So I'll have to figure that out. There was a very very brief hitch, like maybe a half second, but not the full hitch, which was nice.
Because you already died.
Yep, that must be it. I don't know how to grade that. I'll give that one a C.
All right, taxi back from the perspective of lead was uneventful.
My only note was that there were some like switch things happening, so I was trying to match either your flaps or your spoilers or something, and then you put them back up because you realized that was wrong, and then I had to fix that, and then you came right, and then I was like, oh crap, and then I have to get into the right position, and like I think I just need to accept that I'm going to be slow on this turn, and then I'm going to have to speed up to catch you, because if I try to maintain enough speed to stay wing on this outside turn, I just end up overspeeding the gear, and I did. And then I sped up to catch you, but I didn't catch that fast enough, and then I locked the brakes and scooted by you, and at that point I was just so mad that I was just like, I don't even care anymore. Anti-lock brakes, like whatever. Not uneventful, but totally my fault.
Yeah.
I did try to do my turn in at the same time as you, even though I knew I was a little bit too far back to make the turn. But I at least wanted to hopefully make that look okay.
Yeah.
So
I think if I were in your shoes and having this problem with this turn, I'd turn in trail of me and then just stop a little early.
Kick out.
Yeah.
That's
the
good call.
A4 sucks
Yeah.
taxi.
Yes, it does.
You cannot do the cool 18 float out wide and sweep in thing.
Nope.
That's a disaster. I've tried. I've tried it like philosophically. I've been like, oh, I'm gonna go out wing here, and you're.
No.
All right, let's go look at some tape.
Let's do it. I'm gonna hit the restroom, but play the tape. I'll catch you.
All right. hit up the sound. Actually, I'm curious now that we're doing this.
Hello.
Hello. I'm curious now that we're doing this. What this looks like.
Oh yeah.
Because we
Let's do it. I
haven't, we've
mean,
never
there's
looked at it before.
Plenty of time while I'm taxing all the way down there.
Sorry.
Yep.
That's always going to be amusing to me. Also, the fact that they're not on the ground.
Yeah.
Clearly modeled to
you-
be seen from inside the cockpit.
Well, that and if you put a payload on it and it's heavier, the shocks compress. And so I think they wanted it not to sink into the ground. And they just didn't.
Oh, because it's attached to the jet.
Yeah. They are doing some updates to it, though. To this mod.
Yeah,
I don't
I saw
think they're
that.
changing anything about the flight model, but they're changing a bunch of cosmetic stuff, which will be cool because we'll be able to get rid of the
The hump,
hump.
which we will have to repaint.
Oh, right, we did talk about that. Yes, that's not. I've repainted before. I don't love it, but I can do it.
I mean,
That didn't look bad.
no, that was
cool.
That was good. I liked it.
Call backseat middle feet on the hump. He's calling the hump, Rob.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this kid?
BrotherLeb cooking it towards the other runway.
I would love to know what my ground speed is. Actually, I can go look at that in tech view.
This aircraft is a handful, but
It is.
It's a fun handful.
It's really fun, yeah. I really enjoy this, but it is a challenge. 42 knots. That's not horribly fast.
Good.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's more.
That's
like
cool.
it. Yep. That's exactly right. Based upon the way all the tape that I've seen happens, which, like, granted, there are cuts in between each of these, he doesn't take the runway till 5 clears. Like,
It's just, you're going to be hanging out forever.
No, you did it right this time. Like, this was right.
Yeah. I knew I bounced. It's just so hard. I think I've got too much downtrim, or too much, not enough uptrim or something. It's just...
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of practice to get that pancake flat.
Yeah.
Without a bounce.
I mean, it took a long time in the Hornet, to be honest.
Like, you should... You'll know you're doing it the way you want to when you have to yug to do that roll. To make sure you don't hit the ground.
Well, I'm going to start climbing anyway, because I got to get over that stadium.
Yeah.
Stadium's my reference point for when I start the maneuver. Because I was starting it too early, which is why I was having some of the problems I was having with it before.
That's the 1 mile mark.
Mm-hmm. Which, if this was a normal field, would be about the end of the field.
Yep. Nice.
Oh, good. That is good altitude.
Yep.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean, you could theoretically be a hair lower, but any lower than that, and you're going to get into the clutter, so...
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
work.
I mean, it was just kissing under 100 feet, so...
I'm way out there, so we're going to fast forward this a little bit.
There
There we go.
is...
Smoke! I know what 1 mile looks like in DCS.
Was that high or
Or
low?
low. Parallel.
Low? Damn it. Does look cool though.
Right about there. I'll give enough time to watch the roll in. That was a pretty decent one.
Not too bad, yeah.
Need to catch the push a little earlier. Nice.
Oh,
Just a hair
just a
high, but like
smidge
in the A4,
high.
it's so hard.
that's good.
That was a good clearing turn.
That's a good clearing turn, yeah.
Looks level, but it's actually a climb. That's
Yep.
the goal. Get that illusion working for you. Crazy the stuff that they did in this aircraft.
Like this maneuver?
There's a reason why they don't do it anymore. Like even upright.
Yeah.
There's the kick. There's the star at the top of the world. That random DCS white point.
I'm glad to know that your Cirrus looks like mine did, because I was like, there's basically no clouds at all up there. So I was behind you, but I think, let's stick with the 10 degrees. That might be enough.
Yeah,
Looks like it's going to be enough, based on what your jet aspect looked like.
I think
at that
so.
moment.
Scooch. You can't do as sexy of rejoins in the A4 because
You cannot.
without the afterburner, you have to be a better pilot.
Uh-huh.
Essentially. In the 18, you can just like smash it in there.
That's the park it. It's like get
Yeah.
right up in there and park it. That's really cool in the 18 that you just, maybe we'll get there in the A4, I don't know. But like it's
I mean, with this,
real
with
hard.
the mod, yeah, we could. Because the air brake is absolutely a parking
Oh,
brake in
right,
this
yeah.
thing.
Oh, I almost hit the jet. Look.
Dude, it looks so
Look,
good.
Saya. Floating spirits.
Dude, that looks
All right.
great.
All right.
Look at your wings level, dude.
Just a little low. And then I got too fast, and you're just going to see me dive like a rock. Like, oh no.
I called gear right when you were having to make a power adjustment.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
That's what it was.
Like, swim, swim, swim faster.
Oh, interesting. Huh. I think for the parallax, you're going to need to be higher on the clear.
Yep.
Interesting.
I think you're right. That's going to suck.
So, like, I'm going to roll into
We'll
you
have
and
to
you're
be
going to have to stay
Half
there.
a wing high.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Well, I'm going to have to roll too, but I'm going to
Yeah.
have to just like float up.
Very gently. Whee! A4 things. Power management.
I was pretty close to in. It was a
I
bummer
know.
that this didn't work.
I can actually... In this maneuver, I can see you in the mirror. Very clearly. Because you're high enough.
Oh, good. Well, we almost touched, man. Whoa.
I saw you for... I saw the underside of your jet for a second in my mirror, and I was like, that's not normal. Push! It's so scary, dude. Because you're like at...
especially you're inverted.
You're at like -4 alpha. The jet is not happy. And you're like, I don't know if we're going to survive this. There's a moment every single time I do that maneuver where I'm like...
Oh, I got it.
Yep.
I got it.
Like I said, there's a lot of good in this. I know you had to reset a ton of times, but like... There's a lot of good going on. Good. We should be behind this building. That's how the approach should work. Ooh, a little high.
Ooh, altitude's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good.
I need to roll when you say, not when I see it.
Yep.
That was my bad.
Better. Still a little too much pull.
Oh my gosh, Roger. Roger, my dude.
That was a good clear. Time for the 4 points. Time for the 4 point. Smokes on. Smokes off. The 4 points.
Roger. Come on. Oh, very high. Okay, noted. Though you didn't have enough rudder, so I'm just going to try the same height.
Try the
next
same
time,
height next
see how
time.
it works.
I should fix myself. Alright, let's go look at the slope.
Oh, it's not. This is horrible. I might have waited a little too long to start it. Too much rudder. Too much pull. Way too much. Well, you can't tell from the ground, but that was horrible.
Good clear. I have to hang out with you for a bit because I'm too far out for the camera to catch it. There we go. Whoa!
That was very fast.
It's, you know, the air brake doesn't come out until 480. That caught me out a couple. Have caught me out a couple of times.
Roger. Come over here, Roger. Come over here.
Cats.
There he is. Finally. Gosh sake.
Just half a jet back.
Yep.
This pullout's
I'll
always
work it in.
terrifying. It just feels so unstable on the bottom.
And like you just suddenly come back up the hill like so fast.
Yep. Otherwise, we don't have speed to clear from this thing.
It's true. Yeah.
Nice. Looks cool.
All right. We'll keep it.
Alright, let's watch the 8 point. There we go. Hit it.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's a surprisingly challenging maneuver given the roll rate of the A4. So even, believe it or not, when I was doing it in the extra, for the high show, it was like full deflection
Oh, really?
to get to each of the
So-
8s.
The roll rate's better in the A4.
Here we go. Horizontal rolls. Yeah.
The altitude was perfect.
I know. It's gonna be hard to get a good one like that again.
Yeah, it is.
I need to work on my rolls still.
It's so interesting that your rolls are uncoordinated.
I don't know why. I don't understand. Like, they were fine until I started practicing this week. Ah.
And then I lost too much altitude. I need more push. Look how low we got. Yeah. Noted. Not bad, not bad.
Not bad. Working on it. Oh. Yeah, oh. I could tell while we were in the turn that you weren't happy with the setup.
I started the tune a little late. And I didn't. I brought in more pull and not enough roll. Basically, that was the problem. Managed to catch all my nonsense though, so.
I mean, aside from power, it's really easy to fly form in this aircraft. So, like, it wasn't that bad. I'm glad you told me we were rolling through.
We're always going to.
Yeah, I assumed that we're always going to, but I didn't even have to hesitate this time.
Yeah.
So
I will call it that way that we're rolling through.
yeah,
Very nice. Well done, sir.
and tight enough too.
Very well done. Yeah. And I'll remember to delay that a little bit so the timing's better. Woohoo!
This is we're never gonna get cons off of you. I wonder if there's some way we could change the programming so that we do.
I don't know. Ow, Roger.
Roger doing
Cats.
Roger things. Roger's like, I want attention now.
Yes.
There's the flaps, and then you enter this maneuver nose low because of the flaps. And BrotherLeb's up there bailing out. Dude. This is such a dangerous maneuver.
Yup. I've tried it a few times, and I can do it, but it's not pretty.
Specifically in the modded A4, it's a very dangerous maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Because the gear overspeeds at 275 knots.
Mm-hmm. I will not be going that slow.
I know. That's the bummer, dude. It's going to be so hard to rejoin on you.
I mean, I'll bleed it back down to 350. That's what I'm targeting for the turn.
That's a pretty good looking loop. Alright, let's see what happened.
Well, I think your track file's not going to show what mine
No,
did.
it's not. It sucked to start with.
Yes.
I got back up there, though.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
Like, this jet just looks like a jet.
Huh.
Like, it looks like you imagine a jet to look when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm. I might delay the boards call just a little
Whatever you
longer.
want to do. Just
But
communicate
if I
clearly.
do, the ease of the
Here we
pull
go.
is going to be
See what happens.
quick.
Yeah, I won't touch you.
That's
According to
super
my
weird.
track view.
Yeah, I'll show you my tack view and you can see what
There he
it looks
goes. Ejected with enough time to survive.
like. Yep.
Oh, that
It's probably
explosion.
swung once in the chute before I hit it.
Loop, break, cross. Whee! Didn't smoke on. Woof. Here comes, ladies and gents. Aircraft number 2. Turning up on the left wing. Everyone's favorite position to fly.
And see whether I even get in the ballpark of hiding the jet.
You
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
me, bro.
Yeah, and then I lost it because I had the wrong reference, ground reference, but I want to be a little closer to you than that. I guess what I'll probably do is hide the jet and then scooch up to wherever I want to be and then just hold it.
Yep. I actually have no idea how they rejoined with the formation on this.
Me neither.
Hey, look, you're magically in.
Sure.
Hey, I am looking forward to when they release the update so that we can get the J probe.
Oh yeah, the little hooky
Yep.
probe thing.
Because the J probe without the bulge will make this look
Like it's supposed to.
like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Minus all of the things we talked about the paint.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll have time in the summer. As long as they come out with it sometime in the summer.
Yes. No, I didn't mean the bulge. I meant the other stuff we talked about the paint.
Oh, well, that I'm not fixing. Some of that stuff is
A lot.
be hard to fix.
Alright, we're gonna fast forward through this landing. Because it wasn't one.
Huh? All over the freaking place.
It's so hard.
Well, and then some of it's like I'm making a change and then you call for like something to switch and
Yeah, I didn't do the gear in the turn, but...
it's fine. I don't care.
So, when you're...
At that point, I just want to practice in the landing.
So when you're full flaps at 80 RPM, the jet slows down. When you drop the gear and are full flaps at 80 RPM, the jet speeds up. Don't ask me why.
That's super bizarre.
It's just a quirk of the mod. I understand that this mod is not in active development as far as the flight model is concerned. I totally get that and respect it. If, by any chance, y'all want to talk to us about the things we're discovering, we're totally open to have a conversation. But we're not criticizing. This is an amazing module, and we're enjoying flying it. We're just also pointing out the quirks as we learn them. We'll see
Oh,
for
look at
ourselves.
this.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Look at this. Yeah.
That
There he goes.
That looked
Just
right.
gotta figure out how to not get so far away. But that looked right.
That looks so good. Ugh. Dude, it's so hard to line up that landing.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even have wind yet.
Oh God, yeah, that'll be fun.
That's really funny.
I was so mad at that point. Just like beyond caring.
Pull.
Yeah, I was just too far behind me to make that turn look good. Bummer.
Also, I have to get into some like crazy monkey position to transmit while I'm doing this. So I'm gonna just go on Discord.
That's fine. Go on, Discord.
Because it's just ridiculous.
I was thinking about that when I was doing some practice. I was just like, I don't think I'm glad he's the one who's calling this, because I don't think I have the right finger position to do it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna unmute Discord for the canopy call, because they do it on a nod in real life, which I don't want to rely on the pilot model for that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, that's it. That was a storied show.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of good as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a lot of positives.
There is improvement happening for sure.
I don't know what the heck is going on with my rolls. The stab log is engaged. I checked it. So, I'll keep working on that. And
Yeah,
we'll hopefully start flying a little bit more frequently with the summer happening. But
Yeah, that'd be great.
Folks, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about not showing you the startup procedure. But we do a lot of those, so take a look at any of our other tapes to find out about that. Fortunately, you guys were able to watch the rest of the show. We'll probably take a look offline at the collision and see how that looked from my angle. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to